love to have seen Veronica Burton put the ball on the deck and attack the basket.
Oh, what a slick ratio in her career last season. Clark gets away with a little push.
Baltimore, Maryland, a city known for its passion, its loyalty, and its love of basketball. And tonight, that passion was on full display because thousands of fans came pouring into the arena. Not to see Caitlin Clark drop 30 points, not to watch her pull off on the logo, but to see her not even play. That's right. Even sidelined, Caitlin Clark is proving she's the biggest attraction the WNBA has ever seen. But why are fans still showing up when they know she won't touch the floor? And what does this say about Clark's unprecedented impact on women's basketball? Let's break it down. This game was supposed to be a showcase. The Indiana Fever scheduled a matchup in Baltimore, the first time pro women's basketball would be center stage in the city in years. The hype was real. Tickets sold out in record time. Clark's jerseys flew off shelves. Families planned trips, kids made signs, and fans traveled miles just to catch a glimpse of the rookie sensation. But then came the bombshell. Caitlin Clark wouldn't play. Whether it was injury management, rest, or simple team decision, fans got the news, and social media lit up with disappointment. But here's the crazy part. Instead of staying home, Baltimore fans still came out in droves. But then came the bombshell. Caitlin Clark wouldn't play. Whether it was injury management, rest, or a coaching decision, the news broke online, and social media erupted with disappointment. But here's the crazy part. Instead of staying home, Baltimore fans still showed up in droves. They packed the building like it was Game 7 of the finals. And that says everything. This is where things get unreal. Even without her jersey on, Caitlin Clark was the show. When she walked onto the court in warm-ups, the crowd went wild. When the camera panned to her on the bench, fans screamed like it was a championship moment. She didn't score a point. She didn't play a single possession. But she sold out the building anyway.
Her ability to have great footwork is so fun to watch.
Still loose on the floor. Mitchell's been really active defensively tonight. And Clark launches for
You'd be like you just a walking weekend. Clark burning up the courts.
That's the kind of once-in-a-generation star power Caitlin Clark has. She's not just a player, she's a phenomenon. And in Baltimore, the message was loud and clear. People don't just watch Caitlin Clark for basketball. They watch her because she represents hope, excitement, and the future of the game. She didn't score a point. She didn't play a possession, but she sold out the building anyway. That's the definition of once-in-a-generation star power. Caitlin Clark isn't just a basketball player. She's a cultural phenomenon. And in Baltimore, the message was loud and clear. People don't just watch Caitlin for her step-back threes or logo shots. They watch her because she represents hope, joy, and the future of women's sports. Baltimore has always had a rich basketball culture. From high school gyms to college hoops, the city has produced legends and fostered diehard fans. So when the Fever announced this game, it wasn't just about basketball. It was about the city finally getting its spotlight on the national stage. And even though Clark didn't suit up, the fans made sure to show up. Parents brought their kids because they wanted them to see history, to see the woman who's changing sports forever. One fan told reporters, "Even if she's not playing, just being in the same building as Caitlin Clark is something we'll never forget." That's impact. That's cultural weight. And that's Baltimore showing love in a way only Baltimore can. So when the Fever announced this game, it wasn't just about basketball. It was about Baltimore finally getting its spotlight. And even though Clark didn't play, fans made it a night to remember. Parents told reporters they wanted their kids to experience history, to be in the same building as the woman who's changing sports forever. One fan said, "Even if she's not playing, just being in the same arena as Caitlin Clark is something we'll never forget."
It's been really special and a fun year to be a part of it. We had a chance to ask Caitlin how she take care of herself. Great pass.
Wallace trying to clear 8. Shot clock down to 9. Here as Clark gets inside the scoop. With 28 points here on Caitlin Clark's 10th assist.
Now, don't get it twisted. This wasn't just a Caitlin Clark fan fest. The Fever still had a game to play, and her teammates showed up in a big way. Aaliyah Boston reminded everyone she's a star in her own right. bullying her way to buckets in the paint. Kelsey Mitchell, pure buckets as usual. Lexi Hull, hustling on both ends like her life depended on it. But let's be real. Every time the Fever made a run, the crowd's eyes still drifted to Caitlin on the bench. That's not a knock on the team, it's just reality. The Fever are talented, but Caitlin Clark is the magnet pulling in fans from every corner of the country. But let's be real. Every time the Fever made a run, every time the scoreboard lit up, the fans' eyes still drifted back to Caitlin on the bench. That's not a knock on her teammates. It's just reality. Caitlin Clark is the magnet. She's the gravitational pull bringing new fans to this league. And Baltimore proved it. So what does this night really mean? It means Caitlin Clark isn't just carrying the Fever. She's carrying the entire WNBA. Baltimore showed us that even when she doesn't play, fans still fill arenas. Sponsors still show up. Networks still cash in. Think about it. How many athletes in sports history could pull this off? Michael Jordan in the 90s. LeBron James at his peak. Serena Williams at Wimbledon. Now Caitlin Clark is in that category in her rookie season. That's how powerful her impact is. And the WNBA better take notice, because fans are sending a clear message. Protect Caitlin. Promote Caitlin. Build around Caitlin. She's the future. Now, Caitlin Clark is in that conversation, and she's only a rookie. The WNBA has to take notice. Protect Caitlin. Promote Caitlin. Build around Caitlin. Because nights like Baltimore prove that she's not just the face of a team, she's the face of an entire movement. And the fan reactions? Pure gold.
Intensity on defense that has started this run for Atlanta. The help side's got to be there.
Trying to save it and does. And now Clark comes up with a steal. Clark thought about pulling up from three, will dip inside.
On TikTok, one dad posted, "My daughter didn't care if Caitlin played or not. She just wanted to see her hero in person. Tonight, she got that." Another fan tweeted, "Only Caitlin Clark could sell out Baltimore while sitting on the bench." Even reporters were stunned at how loud the cheers were for someone not even in the game. This wasn't disappointment, it was celebration. Baltimore fans were just grateful to witness her presence. Another fan tweeted, "Only Caitlin Clark could sell out Baltimore while sitting on the bench." Even seasoned reporters admitted they'd never seen a reaction like this for an inactive player. This wasn't about disappointment. This was about gratitude. Baltimore fans weren't upset she didn't play. They were grateful just to witness her presence. So here's the bottom line. In Baltimore, the fans came out in droves to see Caitlin Clark, not play. And that says everything about who she is and what she means to the sport. She's not just the face of the Indiana Fever. She's not just the face of the WNBA. She's a cultural icon whose presence alone can fill arenas. Baltimore proved it. The fans proved it. And Caitlin Clark continues to rewrite the rules of what women's sports can be. Now I want to hear from you. Would you buy a ticket to see Caitlin Clark even if she wasn't playing? And do you think her star power can keep growing at this insane pace? Drop your thoughts below, smash that like button if you're riding with Caitlin, and don't forget to subscribe, because this journey, it's only just getting started.
Free Mabry all over her. Here is Clark. Clark separating, taking, and
everything but the bucket that time from Phoenix.
Good job by Cunningham to quickly get on Clark.
Clark sinks the screen and got the...
Clark has space, he's going to let it fly.